Review for you, and today I'm going to review a 2019 British film called Days of the Bagnold Summer. Directed by Simon Bird, who, for those probably familiar with him in the UK, he was in a comedy series called The In-Betweenies. The script is written by his wife, Lisa Owens, based on a novel by Jeff Winterhart. And there's an excellent musical score on this movie by Belle&Sebastian, a duo that I particularly like. So that makes the viewing much more pleasant, I would say. The cast in the lead role as Sue Bagnold is Monica Dolan. Her son Daniel is played by Earl Cave. Her fleeting romantic interest, Douglas Porter, is played by Rob Brighton. He's Daniel's teacher. And then a friend, Akai, of Daniel is played by Elliot Speller Gillett. And Astrid is a friend of Sue, Tamsin Gregg. And Alice Lowe plays the aunt, Carol. And the cousin, Katie, is played by Grace Hogg Robinson. There's not much fun in 15-year-old Daniel Bagnold's life. The metalhead fan lives with his Liberian mother, Sue, played by Monica Dolan, and he can't wait to spend the summer with his father in Florida. The expected trip to Florida, however, is cancelled unexpectedly due to the impending arrival of a baby, and this leaves Daniel stuck at home with his mum for the whole summer. The issue of the contentious father being absent is resurrected, of course. The consequences of this: boredom, conflict, frustration. Mother's chores are neglected by Daniel, which leads to arguments, typically with a teenager. And then there's the metal rock music, which he uses to display his teenage angst towards the situation and, to an extent, his mother, and it annoys her quite considerably. Daniel resorts to cruel exchanges as well. We see these early on that are impulsive and often regretted. The other people in his life are his auntie, his cousin, and one and only friend, Kai, brilliantly played, I felt, by Elliot Speller Gillett. With her teenage son showing no interest in her own life and lacking any sense of responsibility of his own, Sue has a brief moment when she ventures back on the dating scene, meeting her Daniel's teacher, played by Rob Brydon. He shows an interest in her in the library, and she responds to a date with some cautious optimism. Also sends Daniel out to try and find a holiday job, but all he's interested in is being the singer in a heavy metal band, and he gravitates to peers constantly for shared views on parents intruding into his freedom, even though he eventually finds a young band which the members are much younger than him, and it forces Daniel to have a reality check about the differences between him and the band. We also follow Daniel and Sue as they go on daily routines. They occasionally share time at local cafes, and they early on shop for those shoes for Daniel to wear at the wedding, which of course doesn't happen. An amusing scene that sums up the generation gap, however, and I found it quite an easy watch. It is about this movie is the moments are definitely genuine. The characters are real. The frustrations of a mother trying to love a teenager who doesn't really want to be loved, and like many children dealing with parental divorce, he has this fantasy idea of the perfect father who's been driven away by years of marriage to a dull mother. And of course there's the lack of child support payments, which clearly impacts on Sue, but doesn't affect Daniel one iota. Despite his insolent behaviour, it's clear that Daniel loves his mother and wouldn't even be able to make a sandwich without her. We get an opportunity to witness shared activities, a visit to the beach, and the shared loss of the family dog, which acts as a catalyst to bring them closer. Plus, a special meal on Sue's birthday at a restaurant where she comes across the brief date of the teacher again and handles it with the help of Daniel. The final frames show a rejuvenated relationship between mother and son. I found the movie very watchable. Simon Bird directs with a clean simplicity, and he finds a lot of attractiveness in the banal incidents and some stunning shots of suburbia, it has to be said. So it accurately observes life, this movie. It's both witty and a rewarding watch, so I suggest you get to see it.